Yeah.
Yes, I like the spirit. If you don't mind, I share my screen. Yeah, so I don't have much news for the community blog today. I just wanted to point out that Stacy did an awesome job, and she put the latest meeting, the new meeting we had for new contributors, where Andre was explaining how to set up the dev environment, and she was so kind to also add the timestamp. So if you are interested in anything like how do I set up my GitHub or how do I start the test and stuff like that, it's in here. You can check it out. And if something is missing, maybe this could be topic for the next meeting. So also feedback on that is welcome. And do we have anything else for the community blog?
We don't have, none of our new contributors are here, right? I was wondering if any of them got started with this, but.
Yeah. What about the documentation then, since you're talking about?
I don't have much either. Anybody have anything they're interested in? We could take one quick look at one thing. Can I share my screen while I take it back?
Yeah, sure. I see in the meantime that there is an extra person on the documents.
Oh, it's an extra person on the documents?
Yeah, this is
on what documents? I'm confused.
the community.
Oh, on the minutes, somebody who can't get into the meeting, but who got to the minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who is? Ah.
Okay. Sorry for interrupting you, Mike.
No, that's what. Let's see if Aryan gets in.
Hello, Jennifer.
Huh? Hi, Jennifer.
Hello, Mac.
So,
welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
We don't have a lot going on. Do you have anything you'd like to talk about?
Actually, so far I don't have some new idea about this. So this is my first time to join. So I want to learn from you firstly this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are your interests? Do you want to? Are you interested in contributing, or using, or?
Actually, maybe more using because our company currently is planning to using Keptn for our cloud release automation management, and actually, we're starting a plan to use Keptn version 1, which is an old version of Keptn, and now you are using a Keptn lifecycle management, which is the new version. Actually, I think it's kind of evolution comparing to the older version. So there are many changes. So currently, I'm studying documentation of the Keptn lifecycle toolkit, and I think this is a very good solution comparing to the version 1. It's more flexible and more comfortable with many different tools. So I think this is a good solution, and I'm going to do the piloting with my company project pipeline deployment and some kind of testing pre and post deployment task together. And the other thing is that we are using a data trace. So we want to integrate with the Keptn its database to build our pipeline for release management.
Oh, good. What are you using for your deployment engine? Are you using Argo or Flux or something else?
Our company is using my company is using Flex
Flex.
and yeah, Flex for deployment and Jenkins for build pipeline.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how far have you gotten in your implementation?
Sorry.
How far have you gotten in your implementation?
How far? I think maybe not the full time to focus on this one. Maybe maybe in total, I think it's maybe around 1 month, maybe, because we also we are also have other tasks to do. So this is not piloting testing on our side, but we want to have to move more efficiently on this kind of piloting. So in the future, we are going to spend more time to on Keptn.
Amazing.
Okay.
We have the help channel if you want any support in your proof of concept.
Yeah,
to
thank you.
drop a Slack.
Okay, thank you.
And I don't know if you were there in the previous meeting, but I think Florian a couple of meetings ago showed the newest feature that we will release, which is about SLO and SLI. So this is what will be the same as Keptn V1. So I guess you're interested in that too.
Yeah, all right. Yes.
And maybe we should welcome also Arjen. I don't know if you were in the meeting for the dev contributors, but there is the video posted now. So if you want to contribute to the code, maybe you want to have a look at this. Andre did a good job showing everything to do to set up your own environment. Okay, I diverge. Do we have anything else we want to discuss for the community or documentation block?
Okay, I'll take a minute for documentation. Actually, because I'm gonna pick on Jennifer because but I can't share. Could I share my
will
screen?
Stop sharing for you.
Okay.
Here you go.
Because I have been thinking about we're working on stuff to get people started, like getting started documentation. And I'm realizing that we have some issues. So I would love to hear somebody else's opinion, and here's exactly what I'm looking for. Oh, come on. And now we have to be slow. There we go. Okay, so we just recently added, somebody did what I think is a brilliant getting started piece here for, but this goes over metrics and observability. It does not get into the lifecycle management stuff. Now, we did have, we go back a couple of releases, we did have another exercise that is very heavy on the, we called it end-to-end, that probably wasn't really true. It's heavy on the lifecycle management and getting the tasks and stuff. But it's not, one of the flaws to this is that some of the more difficult things to set up, they just have a script that you run, so everything gets running easily, which is nice. But it doesn't necessarily. So actually, I'd like to hear from you, Jennifer. What are you looking for in the docs to get you started?
Actually, I have written the documentation for on the installation, the startup, and on a concept to introduce about the lifecycle management, such as the Keptn task definition, Keptn task, Keptn app, Keptn workload, all this kind of key concept. So And also about the component diagram, how to interaction with between each component for the KLP. So I can get on some overview understanding of the Keptn life cycle toolkit. And for this one, I'm now looking for focusing on this Keptn task, yes, pre and post deployment task here, because
Okay.
we want to integrate with the data trace for it's SNO and SI definition to integrate with how to evaluate it, our task.
Go back to, so have you found this little guide page working with Keptn tasks?
Yeah.
Okay, and is that working for you? I'm asking honestly because I'm the writer and I work with these people who know all this stuff. So
I think it's quite easy. It's quite good documentation. It's easy understanding. All the expression is good. To me, I'm not a native English speaker, so but it's very good. Stated out on a how to say on a key features of the Keptn task. So I think it's good to me.
okay. And that's really good to hear. Yeah, and your English impresses me. It's much better than any of my languages other than English, so no need to
Okay.
apologize.
Thank you very much.
But I would, if you find things that aren't clear, I would love it if you just pinged. I know people always feel like they're being rude, but it's the most helpful thing because I've got great people to review this stuff as to whether it's accurate, but whether it answers your questions, these people can't tell me. And we make a lot of improvements because people come in with a question on help and we're like, oh yeah, that's not very clear in the documentation, is it? We knew it. So are you using Customize too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Our company also using some customized for Kubernetes deployment. Yes.
Okay. I don't know if you found this. If you go into the lifecycle toolkit repo, in examples and sample app and version 3, that's actually the exercise that was in that old getting started, that end to end that we had that either needs to be replaced or have some work done. But
Yeah.
it does, and the other problem I have with this is it is using Customize, and I realize we haven't really talked about Customize in the docs, but it's obviously the way that the good people, the smart people do stuff. So, but this is using Customize, so that code example might help you with some examples. So,
Yeah, the whole
okay,
example folder has a make file, and you can rely on that to have a
okay.
deployment.
Thank
Where's
you for the information.
There's the make file.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's not super documented, but yeah, it's straightforward in a sense that it has install and then run of the various part.
Okay,
And
good.
probably the README has a little bit of information, but for sure it can be improved.
Yeah, but I think you're right. The README.
I meant the README in the example file.
In the examples, yes, I'm out of examples now, aren't I?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
There's a README. There's a sample application. And yeah, there's a little bit of explanation there.
Okay. Actually, by the way, I think the Keptn toolkit documentation is much better than version 1. I think version 1 documentation is having some quality issue, really, on the site.
Good.
So we're getting better. That's good to know.
We're learning something.
Yes.
Okay. That's
So
good.
we look forward. Do keep us posted. And we'd love if you run it, and if you're always welcome to bring stuff to these meetings. Sometimes they're full, but a lot of times, like today, we've got tons of time, and we'll help you debug or whatever you need. So okay, if I bored everybody enough with documentation, let's go back and do the real stuff. Go for it.
Oh, if you don't mind, I share again my screen and
Yes,
we move on.
that's
with the
fine.
next part. which should be refinement. I checked before the meeting and we have 2 tickets to refine. One is from Florian and one is from Rashid. Who wants to start?
I can start.
You want to share?
If you just open the issue, that
Okay.
should be enough.
I was prepared.
Perfect. Okay, so this is a little extension for the Prometheus provider. So, for example, in both the Datadog and the Dynatrace providers, we support making use of credentials for accessing Datadog or Dynatrace via defining the credentials in a secret. This is currently missing from the Prometheus provider. So here we only have the possibility to use the URL of the Prometheus server, but to make it more available for more customers who might have a Prometheus instance that's secured, for example, with user password authentication, we might want to add support for that. And the way this should be defined should be similar to the current implementations of the Datadog and Dynatrace providers.
Oh, nice.
So basically, we need to add handling of authentication. We can check what is happening for the other 2 providers for inspiration, and then we make unit test. Anything
Exactly.
else we should? Is this easy to test locally, you think?
Well, maybe now, since we have the mock server set up in our integration test, we could also look into verifying whether we get the expected credentials on the mock server. Might at least be worth looking into if that's possible.
And could I have a tick to review, update the documentation about secrets, which currently don't mention this little flaw with Prometheus? So I'm skeptical of the quality of that doc anyhow, but let's make sure we get it right now.
This would be probably fitting in the part where we talk about the providers setup, or
That we have a section on secrets,
okay,
which it's buried in the tasks guide chapter, and I'm thinking it probably should be out on its own, so it sticks out there in what would be user guides. It's currently implementing, but that's soon to be called. Next release, that will be user guides. But if you go in there and working with Keptn tasks, and that we do parameters and then secrets.
Okay, but these are for the task, and the authentication in our case would be for the connecting with an outside
for the providers.
provider.
Okay,
I'm
so
not
which
sure
we
I would
don't
mingle
have covered,
them.
which we don't even have docked. So
Do we have nothing for provider setup apart from the CRD reference?
Maybe here in the Keptn metrics section.
Yeah,
I don't
here.
think so. No, because I asked a couple of times, I wondered, I knew this secrets was for tasks,
Yeah.
and I knew there were secrets for things, and was this all the same? It was like, yeah, and I may even have an issue out there. Let me go. I have a doc issue to look at the secret stuff, and maybe I'll just make that active and mention this PR.
Yes, but for now, I guess we could add it in here where there is a documentation for the
Right, or figure out a place.
providers.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have a specific documentation for each provider, I see.
Yeah, that may be, that's been another question of mine, whether we should, and I don't know what to do about it, but let me pull out, I think I have an old issue out there about secrets. So I'll do that, and I'll just link to this issue. And
So something general about
2128.
This could probably be just for now updating the CRD, I guess. CRD document.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
What CRD is this going to be in?
The provider, metric provider.
Okay.
Should we refine this? The size? Or it's just maintenance?
I would say it's a new feature, but we can refine it. Do you want to use the Poker or should we just?
Let's use the chat.
Let's use the chat.
Let's improve our feature usage. Everybody writes small, medium, large, I guess. And when I say it, press enter. Sounds fun. You ready? Me ready? Enter. Okay, it's an M. Where is it? Is here. Refined. And little cow. Yay, this was fun. Thanks, Flo.
Thank you.
The next one, Rashid, do you want to talk about it?
I didn't have much to talk about this. We talked about it in the last meeting that we should have these fields in the for kubectl Keptn metric. I just wanted to ask if we could add this as a good first issue for new contributors to get started.
Yeah, I see there is
I
already
think it is
somebody
a
interested.
yeah. I think Karen is interested working on this.
Oh, that's Aryan who's here, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Talk among yourselves.
So for me, it would be fine to add the new good first issue here.
Okay, that's. And Aryan, are you still interested? Can I assign you?
Yeah, ma'am.
Do you have anything you want to ask about? No, sorry, I signed myself out of habit. Anything you want to ask about this since we're here?
I have to look at. I'm currently working to know about much about the Keptn right now, because I'm new to the community.
Okay, so have a look at what Andre posted and
Yeah,
let us know if you need any help with this.
sure, ma'am.
Cool, that was easy. I think we finished. There is
Yay.
not much more here. Anybody wants to say something before we leave?
I have one question actually.
Please.
Yeah, so I saw in the chat, M and S, what does S and M stand for?
There was some lag. I didn't understand. What does it stand for? What?
Yes, for the chat, you someone typed in the chat in S and M in the chat.
Okay, yeah. So we have, when we refine ticket, we use t-shirt size. So small, medium, large to decide how difficult it is.
Okay.
And I was too lazy to set up a proper voting system.
Okay, got it. Thank
We
you.
just use that.
Okay.
And we are pretty proud. Do you want to wait? Where is it?
Yeah.
Let's see if we have one refined one.
So how long is for each sprint release? You are using your sprint, right? For define issues.
Are we using sprints? Yeah, usually they are sprints of 2 weeks, right? But
Okay.
we are not. Flo, what do you say? Are we good at releasing? We have now a different release system.
So we don't really have a really fixed release interval. So mostly that's whenever a bigger epic is completed, or when there has been a bug fix for one of the already released versions.
Yeah, but
Okay.
basically now we are a monorepo, so each of the services is released separately. We are gonna soon have also separate Helm charts. So,
Okay.
but the next release is coming soon. We are pretty close to the SLO.
Hmm.
Parity,
That's
right? Let's see. You can track what we are doing and what we're working on here in the projects. And yeah, I think we miss only documentation and examples for the SLO before release. Yo, anything else? If not, I would stop here. And I was with my hands up with automatic gestures for the whole day. See you next week, I guess. US
Yes.
time. Cool. Thanks, everyone.
Excellent.
Okay.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank
Ciao.
you.
Yeah,
Bye.
see you.
Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone.